Have we got a real treat for you today? 3 doughs, but just 1 cookie. Raspberry, chocolate, and vanilla come together in these soft, marbled Neapolitan cookies. Bright, buttery, and perfectly balanced, they bake into tender centers with light golden edges. So just break one open and enjoy. So let's get started with these cookies, but before we do, I'm Stone, the Mountaintop Baker, and welcome to the Mountaintop Kitchen today. Now, Neapolitan flavors, as the story goes, originated in Naples. So I am Italian, of Italian descent on my mother's side. My maternal grandfather is Sicilian, a little bit Italian. Okay. So this recipe is not mine. This recipe is from volume 9 of the Bake from Scratch book series that is edited by Brian Hart Hoffman. So we're going to go with this recipe. I haven't tested it because I assume Brian has. So we're just going to dive right in. Now, Neapolitan, as you may or may not know, is three flavors combined. We have chocolate, normally strawberry, and vanilla. But we're going to change that up a little bit and actually follow the recipe because this is raspberry and chocolate and vanilla. We're going to start with our butter. All of the quantities will be listed here on screen or in the description box if you're watching on YouTube. And I'll also put a link to my Substack newsletter where the entire recipe will be located. So let's just get this butter in. Plop. Okay, have a little bit more sitting down here in the bottom. Okay. And we're going to beat this. Now, these are not New York style cookies, so we will beat the butter until it's nice, soft, and creamy. So as soon as it's nice and soft and creamy, we'll put in the sugar. But we have to wait a few minutes before we can do that. So we'll be back in just a few minutes. Okay, it's been about 2 minutes, and I can see that our butter is looking a lighter color and looking very fluffy and very creamy. So we're going to go ahead and add in our sugar and beat this for a couple more minutes until our sugars and our butter are well combined. At least 2 minutes. It's been about 2 minutes combining our sugar and our butter together. Now we're going to add 1 whole egg and 1 egg yolk to our mixture. One at a time. Give them time to get it incorporated well. Now, when I creamed the butter and when I creamed the butter and sugar, I did stop halfway between both of those times and scrape down my bowl, which you always need to do. And I'm going to do it right now. Let's scrape this down. Get some of this butter off of our paddle as well. And scrape down. Because our butter and sugar are kind of hanging out on the side of the bowl. We don't want that. Okay. And keep mixing. Let's get our egg yolk in. Here we go. And that looks good. And about a teaspoon of a good vanilla. Now I have this Madagascar, this Nielsen Massey Madagascar bourbon pure vanilla extract. I'm going to put about a teaspoon in. I'm just going to eyeball it. Okay. And get that well combined, which it looks like it is. So just for about a minute. And turn this off. Now we're going to get our dry ingredients together. I have some all-purpose flour. Again, all of the ingredients are listed right here on screen or down below in the description box. And I have some baking soda and some kosher salt. Just going to plop that into my flour and then just whisk these all together, until, they're mostly combined. Okay, that's good. Now we'll get this into our mix. Now remember that once we add the flour in, when we're making cookies or cakes, we want to mix as little and as gently as possible because we don't want to overmix or beat too hard and develop that gluten. We want to have nice soft cookies. So let's go ahead and get this in. There we go. And on slow, just until you see no more dry streaks of flour. And we're going to give a scrape down. This will be about a minute, no more. So we're not there yet, but I want to go ahead and scrape down because we have some flour riding up on the side of the bowl and we do not want that. So let's get it down here. I just love these three colors together. They just are so beautiful, and in one cookie you get three flavors. How can you beat that? Just one cookie. You don't have to make three cookies, just one. And you get chocolate, raspberry, or strawberry, and vanilla. Okay, let's finish up with this dough. And that's it. Our dough is done. So I'm going to get this into another bowl, and we're going to start to fix this up so that it's rolled out into three different colors. All right, for this next step, you're going to need either a food processor or an immersion blender, which is what I'm using just because it's easier to use, less cleanup as well. And we're going to pulverize freeze-dried raspberries. Now, it's important to use a really good brand, good quality brand of freeze-dried raspberries so that you get that really nice, intense red color. I am using today Trader Joe's freeze-dried. These are not dehydrated, these are freeze-dried. Dehydrated have too much moisture in them. You want to avoid those and make sure you get freeze-dried. You can order freeze-dried on Amazon. I picked these up at Trader Joe's the last time I was in the States. Okay, so let's go ahead and get these into our container here, if I can do so without spilling everywhere. Let's see, I might have to go this way. Come on, get in there. Okay, so got that in. Just need to put the top on, and I am going to pulverize these until they turn to dust. Ooh, that's looking pretty dusty. So I think we're there. Now, as you know, raspberries do have seeds. You can either leave the seeds in or you can take those out through a sieve. I think, why not just leave them in? I don't know. Or should we take them out? In or out? Let's take them out. I am capturing a lot more seeds, I can see, but I want to try to work this through with my hand. I think that'll work a little bit better and still get all the seeds out. The seeds will not pass through this sieve. So it's important to use a sieve that's got a tight enough weave. Looks like all we have left are the seeds. I will dump these out. And now we can move on with the recipe. We have our pulverized, freeze-dried raspberries ready. So as you can see, I have the dough divided into three different bowls. This one, we're going to leave vanilla. This one, we're going to add in the raspberry, pulverized raspberry, freeze-dried. And in this one, we're going to add in our cocoa powder to have chocolate. So let's get it in. Now, there is some kind of controversy that maybe Neapolitan really started in Prussia before the Italian immigrants brought it to America. So Prussia, then the Italians, then to America. So that's how the story goes, apparently. So I'm going to take 1/3. Now, you can just eyeball it and divide your dough into three sections, or you can weigh it out. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start to mix in the raspberry dust with this, and my hands are probably going to end up pink. Okay, here we go. And just keep kneading it until you have one uniform color. And that'll do it for the raspberry. Now let's do the same with the chocolate. Just go ahead and mix the chocolate in to the dough until you have a nice uniform chocolate dough. Okay, we have our 3 colors and 3 flavors ready. Now we just need to assemble our cookies. So I've already gone ahead and rolled out, I got about 13 chocolate and 13 vanilla, and I just divided. It's about 17 grams for each ball. Now, if you don't have a scale, that's fine. Just eyeball it, divide your dough until you have, little rounds about this size. Okay? And I'm going to go ahead and do the raspberry right now. So I am using a scale, so I'm just going to measure out. And I'm going to have probably a little bit more raspberry left over because of mixing in all of that raspberry dust. So I think I'm going to make these just a little bit bigger, maybe about 19. We'll see. Okay. Right now I'm just weighing. I'm not going to roll into a ball until I'm done. And again, like I said, you really don't have to do it like this. You can just eyeball it. But I want these to look pretty. Okay. So far, so good. A little bit more. Okay, it's about 19. I'll speed this up so you don't have to watch the whole thing. Okay, next step is to take our 3 different flavors, our 3 different colors, combine them into one cookie dough. So all 14 of our dough balls in our 3 flavors and 3 colors are rolled out. And now we're just going to combine them and roll them into an individual cookie, as you can see here, and place it right here on our parchment. So I'm just going to take a vanilla, a raspberry, and a chocolate and kind of press them together a little bit. You don't want to overwork this because you don't want them to blend together too much. And then just roll, as you did before, into a nice ball. You might want to pinch the ends a little bit just to bring them together a little bit. And place that right onto your sheet. Now you want these to be about 2 inches apart because they are going to spread. Okay, so I'm just going to finish these up and we'll be right back to get these into the oven. So we have the oven preheating at 350 Fahrenheit or about 180 Celsius. And we're going to bake these for about 10 to 12 minutes until the edges are nice and golden brown and they look and smell amazing. So I'm going to hurry up and get these done. I'm going to pop them in the oven. Fast forward. Okay, it's time to pop these in the oven now. We have them on the 2 cookie sheets and they're spread about 2 or more inches apart. You don't want them to touch. And about 350 degrees Fahrenheit or about 180 Celsius. And we're gonna bake these for about 10 to 12 minutes until you can smell them deliciously lovely. And the edges are starting to turn a nice golden brown. And let's get these in the oven right now, 10 to 12 minutes. So we'll be back as soon as these are done. We're back and our cookies are done. Our raspberry Neapolitan cookies are done. And don't they just look absolutely awesome? Look at that. We have the raspberry, the chocolate, and of course the vanilla. We're not doing traditional Neapolitan with strawberry. We're using raspberry this time. Okay, so we're going to test these though and see how they taste. But before we do, have you subscribed by hitting that little button down there? I hope so. It really helps others to find our content. We really do appreciate it. We would appreciate it if you could just click that button. How about clicking the bell too? If you ring that bell, you'll be notified every time we drop a new recipe, which is only once a week, so it's not that bothersome. And if you like this recipe, we have many, many more. We have a treasure trove of recipes in our Substack newsletter. We will put the link right down below in the description box. You can go there anytime and pick up any number of recipes, from breads to pastries to cookies to cakes to whatever. It's all there. Okay, so let's go ahead. Now, this, as I said, this recipe is from this book, which is the 9th volume of the Bake from Scratch series. Once a year, all the recipes from their magazines are compiled into an edition, a book that's edited by Brian Hart Hoffman. And this particular recipe in this book is actually by Brittany Brown Chamberlain, and edited by Brian. Okay, so with all that aside, let's go ahead and give one of these a try. We have one down here that for some reason baked a little bit more than the others. I want to try it. Let's break it open. Look at that. Yum. So good. These are really good. Now, if you don't like super sweet treats or super sweet cookies, this is not super sweet. It's got just enough sugar that it's delicious. I'll tell you what, that raspberry is really a good choice over strawberry because it really comes through and it is just delicious. Very striking flavor with this cookie. And let's see, one last thing. Just a couple days ago, one of my cherished cousins passed away, and he's Italian, Vic Mastro Giovanni. And since this recipe is of a Prussian descent, but brought to America by Italians, I'd like to dedicate this particular recipe to my cousin Vic, and may he rest in peace. So, thanks for joining us today. And if you like this recipe, how about trying this one right up here? I think you're going to like it too. And we'll see you next time on the Mountaintop Kitchen. I'm going to keep eating. Bye.